Welcome back, guys, to VenGoose Gaming for part 5, the finale, the grand finale of our SimCity beta coverage here. Beta 3 is closing down here. We got about the last half hour of footage here for you. I'm TFGoose here with Vendetta is going to take us through the last stages here of his playthrough. What are we looking like here, man?
We're looking pretty good. First off, I want to thank everybody for sticking with us this far. Hope you guys have really enjoyed this series. It was a blast to make.
No doubt. Seriously, yeah, same here, guys. Really appreciate it, and this was a ball.
So as you can see, my population has increased about, what, 20,000 or so from last video. And again, with the high density, it's just going crazy. It absolutely is unmanageable at this point.
Yeah, and it goes a little bananas here. If I recall, it's I don't really understand it. It's like there's so many vertical buildings here, but you notice they are building more. There's more high-rises coming, and just keep an eye on it. Look, the population exactly 75,000 right now. Keep an eye on that, guys. In about one minute, 2 minutes or so, that's going to be drastically different. And I think it's just because of these high-rise buildings that are cropping up. But talk about a very, very, very fast influx of people into the area, and look at what it does, you know, to all the services and everything in the area.
Yeah.
Not to mention the traffic, of course, which we've been continually mentioning throughout the series.
Yeah, I feel like we're harping on it a lot, but we're just trying to instill the importance that you guys really have to think about what you're doing.
Yeah, if there's anything that this taught us, it's that it's so critical. And of course, obviously, mass transit is huge. Plan for it early. Keep it up to date. You know, get your density streets going and everything. And again, I think probably going with streetcars, do you think might have been a really nice thing to consider, I think, in the long run?
Yeah, I think streetcars in general would be a better approach than maybe buses, just because buses add to the more volume of traffic. I mean, that's not to say buses are bad, but I didn't find them as effective with the traffic issues. They just, I mean, as you can see right here,
They're just adding more traffic. Yeah.
Exactly. They're not alleviating the problem.
Yeah, I mean, granted, supposedly the premise there is that some people just don't drive because they can take the bus, but it's still an awful lot of, you know, an awful lot of cars on the road that weren't there before. So, and here we go up near the black hole.
Yeah, back to the Sarlacc pit. I decided to turn off my outflow pipe. Wanted to make sure all my sewage was treated.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, you've got the treatment plant there, and it's getting a little close to being an issue.
It is, and if you guys notice, population's creeping up on me.
Yeah, it's another minute or so maybe here. I don't know. It's kind of wild. I just knew that it only took a couple of minutes because we talked about this before, and I know that it jumps here in a minute. So I just wanted to be on the lookout for that because I know it's coming.
Yeah, it totally flew by. It snuck up on me when I was playing.
Yeah.
You know, right here I'm starting to develop a little more, trying to get a few more residential in. And it seemed like, you know, I just did a couple things and bam, I was at, you know, 6 figures.
All of a sudden. Yeah, there it is right there. It's just jumped like, you know, 6K, 7K here in the last couple of ticks.
You know what else is fascinating, I should point out to people? I have not modified the taxes since I did in that original video. They're at 11% residential, and I still have this many people.
Yeah. Everybody's still here. Across the board, 11% residential, 9% for commercial and industrial. Well, we don't have any industrial here, but still,
it's
you know,
9%.
Yeah, it's 9% if you built one. That would be it. But yeah, imagine what would happen if you could even tweak down the taxes a little bit again.
Yeah,
know?
like,
I mean,
before,
just crazy.
Yeah, before in the beta, when we were trying to build this out, we had that one city, I hit 90,000 people in beta 2. And I had literally 0% residential taxes.
And yeah, that's why they all came. Dude, I'd sell my condo here in like no time. If I could move somewhere for 0 tax, I'd be like, are you kidding me?
I hear you. I mean, Herman Cain would have nothing on this. 999000.
Oh my God. Excellent. So, a couple more park placements there. What did you use there? Oh, right. Sorry, barbecue pit, of course. I should have known.
I love to grill out. It's a passion of mine.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Everybody's got to have a hobby, you know?
That's right.
Yours is meat. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we're not going to elaborate on that. Anyway, moving on. So I'm looking at the ferry terminal here. what I failed to realize rather is that you really need to have this connected to other cities. I didn't know if it would help alleviate the traffic, but hey, let's face it, it's the beta and it looked kind of cool. I wanted to place it.
Yeah, just give it a shot. I mean, why not? I mean, we're rocking down the last 30 minutes of availability here, and you might as well play with this stuff now when all it costs you is, beta time. Who cares,
Exactly.
Everything in this city goes defunct very, very soon. So now I see starting to look at a little bit of a deficit.
Yeah, my
up there.
Yeah, my gosh.
So a sewage treatment plant, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But no, income. That's the word.
That's the word?
That's the word.
It has 2 syllables. I know. It's kind of... Remember, folks, low education city here.
Grade school.
He's been hanging out in here for just days.
Yeah, anyway, my income starts to go in the toilet. Sorry, guys. And I think that's because of all the traffic problems. People are starting to get ticked off that my police and my fire aren't really doing their job. And that's because they can't get there.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, the population does fluctuate here a little bit, but because of that, and it's very interesting how quickly it can go up, go down, and just how dramatic effect that does have on your utilities, on your traffic, everything.
Yeah, all your
stuff. All that's income,
Right.
Or lack
For the
thereof.
good or the bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt. So now this here, I mean, this is, it said to put in a little cruise ship thing here, which is nice, but I think that's all just extra capacity to help ferry, your citizens to other cities in the region, but only if they have another ferry terminal. But hey, there you go. It looks kind of neat.
Yeah, it does look kind of cool. I like the boats.
Yeah, why?
Since I didn't claim the other city, I forget what it's called, but yeah,
no deal.
I have no connections. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, I think there is a little boat that comes over and stops by at one point and just chills for a minute, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So, and of course they're still ticked about the poop, but whatever, they're gonna be that
Yeah,
way.
sewage seems to be the name of this city. I should have named it Sewage City.
Seriously, it's bad.
Because it seems like I can't ever get ahead.
It's one of those things where it's just wanting you to put so much more, into it, so many more resources, and there's only so many bonds you can take out, and you got to wonder. I mean, it almost seems like your city here has reached this point where it's almost at saturation. It can't really do much else because every
Right.
time it tries to expand too sharply, your lack of availability on services and stuff snaps it back into form. So.
Right.
Figuring out how to solve some of these issues is part of the reason, going through the beta here is good. Knowing that, we'd have to plan traffic a little bit better, in the long run, have to put some streetcars in place, get the mass transit, working with the other cities in the region, is very key. Putting another rail station down there in Demo City would have been really sharp, to help ferry more people around, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's really important, and it wasn't evident at all until we're getting to the very late stages of this beta and seeing just how critical it is to plan ahead. Otherwise, you can get behind.
There we go. We got a boat coming in.
Yeah,
ready to
it looks
dock.
like he was trying to hump the dock there a little bit, but
Looks like this guy's had a little too
just
many
gave
martinis.
it in. I thought he was going to try to back it up into there, but I think he's just going to hobble back out to sea.
Looks like he sideswiped the dock there.
Yeah,
And, oh, there he goes.
All right, yeah, tear it up. No wake zone, I thought. So yeah, I hear every more mass transit, more mass transit. You can't get enough of this stuff.
I'm trying my hardest to really fix the problem. Just not working.
Yeah, I mean, your homeless population is awesome, by the way.
Hoboville.
We can come up with another really great city name here, I'm sure. Yeah, we can just keep them coming at this point. But
Yeah.
again, a testament, guys. This is how important it is, and how quickly things can get out of hand on you. And it's a lot of the times it's just totally unexpected. Things are rolling along just fine, and then all of a sudden, wham, the game just hits you with a hammer.
Absolutely. I think a reason too, looking back at my population spike, I had a lot of abandoned buildings that I failed to demolish. And once I demolish them, you'll see that in just a second, they'll start to rebuild. And when they rebuild and they complete, you get a massive
jump.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for them. It's like almost as soon as the building is complete, like everyone moves in. And I mean
Yeah.
everyone. Like people, your neighbors just left and moved in to some of these buildings. It's crazy how fast it shows up. But, also cool. I mean, it's just such a strange switch, because early on in the game, you know, you're creeping up. You know, you get like your first 1,000 citizens, then it goes to 2,000, then they're giving you that little quest to get to 5, and it's 15 or something like that, and it's such a slow progression, and you're never seeing like a huge increase percentage-wise, you know, of your Sims.
Right.
And then here, all of a sudden, you're sitting at, you know, 90 or so, and then bam, you're gonna pick up like 30,000 Sims.
Yeah.
Like a
like it was
33% increase in like 5 minutes. That's insane. You know, if that would be like starting your city out and having like some trailers hanging out there, and all of a sudden your entire town turns into condos overnight. You know,
That's pretty much how I roll in Gambleton.
yeah, that's it. So, and here you're playing around with looking like maybe about building the airport there, but then realized it costs more than twice what you had. So,
Yeah, math is not my friend.
yeah, well, it's all right. I was bombing it pretty hard, you know, recently too, if I recall.
Yeah,
So,
I believe you to quote you couldn't math right now.
that's it. You know. So upgrading the last of the roads here, it looks like, just to do everything that possibly can be done, you know, besides going to streetcars. Didn't quite take that step just because we didn't have that infrastructure in place, but that would certainly be the thing you'd want to do if you were going to continue this city, you know, past the point of the end of the beta here.
Yeah, just trying to play around. I noticed, like, as you guys can see here, I make a grave mistake. I won't surprise you.
Yeah, yeah, it won't spoil. Take a look here, though. You'll notice the cops are kind of like all bunched up there and everything, and there's some crime out in the way, and you know, this is the best. I love this move.
I wasn't really happy with my budget.
Deciding trying to maybe recover a little bit of funds, and all right, so why don't we just close the police station?
And release 40 criminals onto the street.
And the gates of Arkham open. And there they go.
That was an absolute boneheaded move. I didn't realize they would all spill out.
Oh, I love it too. And none of the cops can get there. That's the best part.
Nope. That is the best part.
They're all able to just run havoc over in the city, and
Pretty sure they starting fires.
yeah, this is basically like if you ever see The Crow, this is basically, you know, what happens. They just go around and just start burning the city to the ground for no reason. They're all arsonists. Every one of the ones that just escaped appear to be arsonists. But it's okay, though, because the cops will be there sometime next week as soon as this traffic jam is over. So,
Yeah, the fire department too.
yeah, the fire department as well.
They're over there roasting marshmallows.
Yeah. At least, you know, the pipes haven't come out of the ground, because I'm pretty sure poop burns. Look at that fire, though. I do have to say, it looked beautiful. You know.
Thanks. That's just my, multi-million-dollar condo up in smoke.
But it looked cool. You gotta, you know, it did a good job with it, graphically.
Yeah, graphically it looked all right. I just wish it hadn't burnt to the ground.
Yeah, emotionally it's a bit of a hit, but...
That hurts right here.
Oh, yeah, trash problem. Yeah, we're looking at, we're getting 1,526 of 9,700 trash cans.
We have a minor problem.
Yeah, slight trash issue. So, you know what the solution is? Just put more vehicles on the road. That'll fix it really quick.
I mean, what else is going to happen? Captain Planet's not going to come down and swoop up these people's garbage.
Personally, I think they should have put him in the game.
That would have been sweet. I'm not going to lie. If you guys are listening, Max, this Captain Planet as a add-on.
No doubt, seriously. Or just make him, like an add-on for Maxis Man.
Yeah,
that's true. He could come down and clean up some environmental stuff. We could have used him a little bit ago, actually, with all those criminals. Have him fly around and take care of business.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Or to put out this fire that apparently my fire trucks don't know how to do.
Yeah, they're all like sitting around it. I think they just have marshmallows. That's
pretty much.
Yeah, that's basically it.
They're on strike or something.
They must be. I don't know. Burn, burn. And there's another one next door. Man, everything just spreads really fast here. If I didn't know any better, I'd say a UFO had just swung through here and just lasered a bunch of your buildings.
Oh, I know. I mean, that one's just going up in smoke. Absolute. I mean, look at that raging fire.
Yeah, it's crazy. In a way, though, I'm actually really glad to get to see this, just because, it's neat to see how the different buildings go.
Yeah.
And because there's some of the fires that will just be a little apartment fire, and if the fire department gets there fast enough, that's as big as it goes. But if not,
those are massive skyscrapers. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll consume the whole building, and then that's the ball game. So, pretty tough.
I'll remember this when your town is on fire. I'll be sure not to send my fire trucks.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
No problem. What are friends for?
Yeah, to watch their friends' cities burn to the ground. That's basically what we're.
Yeah, here's more fire. At this point, I don't care.
Yeah, but seriously, that's like one guy's house.
Yeah.
You know what? That dude, sorry, you're just out of luck. It's simple as that.
So when I was, demolishing those buildings, you can see right there, we're starting to get some more high-rise level buildings.
Yeah, look at the pop. We were over 100,000.
Dip back down.
Dip back down to 92 here. Yeah, but all the buildings are going to go up. And watch what happens when these buildings come back up. It's absolutely crazy how fast things get right back to totally out of control. Like already really there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much worse that could actually happen, you would think, as far as, traffic issues. And really at this stage, again, we know the beta's winding down, so
bam, there it is.
Clean it up isn't as bad. But yeah, there's 10K immediately. Boom.
Yeah, 13,000. I just picked up 13,000 citizens in less than a minute.
Yep. And now there's 4 more high-rise buildings, being built on the left over there. They're off screen at the moment. Yeah, this is kind of annoying here. Sometimes you really have to spin the camera.
Yeah, you got to rotate your camera to make sure. And here, I'm trying to do it again.
Otherwise, you end up demolishing the wrong building and you drop 130 grand on a casino. That kind of.
Funny guy.
You knew it was coming. Come on.
I know. I deserve that one.
That's all right. I'm sure I'll blow up something too. I'll try and make mine a nuclear power plant or something. Make it really impactful. That'd be.
Yeah, I look forward to that day.
That's gonna be nice.
If only you could put disasters on other people.
Right. Talk about griefing, though. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's all anybody would ever do. This is the internet. Have we met?
Yeah, I live at 555 Internet Street.
Exactly. Yeah, it would go completely nuts doing that. So building back up really quickly. Look, population back up to 108,000, and the buildings aren't even complete yet.
Yeah.
7 or so. So, were you contemplating going ahead and putting in the streetcar?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about it, trying to alleviate the congestion, but I just decided against it. I figured, the beta's kind of winding down. What the hell?
Let's just play around a little bit more and see what happens when things go completely nuts.
See my population right up there to 116,000.
Yeah, I mean, one building popped up and it just jumped 8,000 instantly.
So pretty insane.
Yeah, show me actually the downtown apartment complex that holds 8,000 people. That's one building. That's what I want to know. Where is it? But it's kind of interesting. And you can see these are your trash trucks from demo city coming over to assist with the trash trucks you built in this town.
Yeah,
they're still not getting it done.
Nope, not at all.
Still can't get it done. It's a lot closer at least.
What's amazing is they really never complained about garbage.
Yeah, you'd think they would, but I mean, it is ticking up there a little bit. You're almost at 6 of 8. 6,000 of 8,000, but typically whenever that number is red on whatever service you're looking at, that's generally a bad thing. I always took it that it means the citizens consider that something that detracts from their happiness, so you just got to watch that.
I think they do, and if I would have bothered to try to, get some high wealth sims in here, they would have definitely not liked that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, yeah. That's one of those.
This is slumming it. We are slumming it, ladies and gentlemen.
This is absolutely tenements, the projects that we're going on here. We're going for big. But look again, population, 128, just going crazy.
Picked up 15K like it was nothing.
132,980 now. I mean, remember, when we started this video, not that long ago, guys, it was at 75,000. We picked up 50,000, residents here, close to 60. In just this short time frame. Almost
Without
100% growth. That's nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't really change all that much. I just was upgrading the utilities.
Yeah.
The roads were already maxed.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everybody just started to build high rises because they figured, hey, why not throw them a curveball?
Exactly.
So flash over to Demo City here now, which by comparison seems like the most sleepy town.
10,000 people.
Right.
Comparison.
This is just chilling. To me, I find this relaxing, though. I almost think I want to keep a town that is on purpose.
Yeah.
Sort of small, homey, that isn't going to be just totally out of control. Because, I mean, you want that really big, crazy town, of course, because you want the cash and stuff. But I want to be able to come over to a city that's just sort of chilling,
Exactly.
Not that bad.
Yeah, this one, I got a couple apartments springing up. I got some industry, I got some oil, but overall it's pretty small, a lot less complicated than Gambleton.
Yeah, exactly. And that's certainly due to the fact that, you haven't upgraded the density streets.
Right.
You know,
They're still, I believe, medium throughout most of the city.
yeah, and not allowing them to really grow, because you want to cap them out. And I think that's going to become a major part of the strategy, is to make sure that you have all your services in place before you really start bringing up the density of the streets.
Yeah.
Because even though it does help deal with the traffic problems, it also allows the Sims to grow and grow and grow. And if you're not prepared for it, you're just hosed.
Absolutely.
As is evidenced by some things here, but traffic problems preventing the fire department from getting to some of these home fires. And yeah,
I only have one fire truck.
Yeah, one fire truck. I think just like a little teeny curved road maybe from the end of that little corner street there over onto your main thoroughfare might have helped it.
I don't believe in curved roads.
I know. I was just saying, if you decided to just
They
go
don't
wacky
exist.
for a moment.
No.
Yeah. As you
Talk
say
to
that, I look
60
at your
years.
crazy, parallel roads up there, up the north.
Hey, don't hate. At least they're symmetrical. That's that Gambleton geometry, guys.
That's right. That's right. Third grade geometry class. That doesn't exist. All right, so here we go. Putting a little bit more effort into the fire station here. Hopefully they'll be able to get around.
So this is like more like back to basics, right? Just trying to get the basic services set up. Got some fires.
Yeah. Thank goodness, the oil field can't actually catch on fire or this entire town would be erased.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be hilarious, but I'd actually enjoy seeing that, but only in the beta. If that actually happened to my town, I'd probably throw something.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I know you. You definitely throw something.
Mm-hmm. You ain't kidding, man. So, again, the bond trick here, paying off what's left so that you can go ahead and take out a new bond and get a lot more money in return. Of course, this adds on to your monthly expenses, when you have these bonds to pay back. But if it's going to help you accomplish something straight away that's going to make you a lot of money, it's certainly worth doing. And I believe you're about to do that right here.
Yeah, I'm about to do some work. I decided to put in a second oil field, and I basically have to go demolish crazy. I have to remove all this, and I know some people have viewed that as they didn't like that aspect about the mining and ore cities, is that you have to constantly blow stuff up like this. To me, I don't really mind it. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like it's, to me, it wouldn't bother me that much. I mean, yeah, you got to draw a little bit and break some stuff down, but I mean, what's the alternative? You want to place a building on top of that and it would just auto-destroy all that stuff? I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure.
It makes sense. I mean, that's exactly how it works. You just can't do that on roads.
Right.
That's all. I mean, if you wiped out all those roads and then plopped it down, it would blow up all the buildings. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. So, right smack in the middle of a nice, rich blob of black gold.
Yes.
Perfect.
Gold.
And now, just to set down some more oil pumps here.
Yeah, I'm setting up. I maxed this baby out with 10 pumps to really get it going, really get that money going from the trade of the global market.
Yeah, and this is actually probably one of the best lessons that you can maybe take away from this series is what's coming up here, guys. I mean, I was so impressed when I screened this video just to prepare for this final commentary for us. I wanted to see what was going to happen here, and my God.
His eyes were like saucers, guys. I mean, he could not believe how much money I started to make.
Yeah.
I couldn't either, for that matter, when I was playing this.
It's kind of amazing, really.
Yeah.
But this is definitely the way to go. I mean, as we were talking about, I think earlier in a previous video, there seems to be like this consensus. People want to go for gambling as like the main moneymaker for their town. Seriously, don't do it. Just don't. Or if you do want to do it, wait until you have like crazy police coverage and all your services handled, and there'll be a time and a place. Just if you go straight after it, though, it's going to be really, really tough, or at least it seems that way to us. Whereas you can go with some sort of an oil or mining town like this and just watch the money counter. That's all I've got to say. It is not about your money per hour. It doesn't factor in to the money per hour. That's just from operations. Your global market sales don't go into there. We just keep watching it tick. It is absolutely nuts. And how fast it goes. I don't understand it. I mean, it's 4 or 6 or 8 or 10,000 at a time. It's just stacks of money. Stacks.
Yeah.
Seriously. Vendetta's running a mob or something out of this. I would not be surprised.
I was really surprised how easy it was to make money with big oil. I thought it was going to be a little more difficult. And I'm sure maybe once the global market hits, it may be because, you know, oil might not sell as high as it once did if everybody has oil towns. But, you know, that's when you look at the market and say, hey, I'm going to, you know, do mining instead of oil drilling.
Right, yeah. You just decide what you're going to get yourself into, you know, based on what's needed. But for sure, right out of the gate, if you're playing the game, you know, launch, especially if you're seeing this video prior to launch, which is just a couple of days away here, definitely remember this and go right out of the gate for this stuff, guys. I mean, there's not going to be everybody's going to be doing this, and you can get a big leg up in money straight out of the way here if you just decide, hey, I'm going to go for commodities instead of what everyone else is going to want to do, which is gambling.
Yeah, 10,000 barrels of oil a day.
Yeah, and each 1,000 barrels right now in the beta was going for, what was it again, 12.5?
Yeah, 12,500 simoleons. I mean, look at my counter there, guys. I've racked up 30 grand in a matter of a minute.
Yeah, I mean, back up to 55 total here, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's kind of...
They're at 71.
Yeah, bam, one tick. It's that fast. It's just amazing. And if you really, really want to build up some cash fast, this is a great way to do it, or at least it certainly seems that way right now. You know, of course, things are subject to change, and, you know, as Vendetta said, if the market changes, then it might not be as lucrative. But right now, this is an absolutely great way to make money, and at least until the oil dries up.
Yeah, exactly. And Ocean Quigley, I believe, has said, don't quote me on this, though, that at full speed for less than 7 hours, or extracting the maximum amount of oil, you would be empty.
Right.
So fossil fuels don't last forever, but it's a nice quick way to get your cities up and going.
Yeah, I mean, and just think, I mean, if you're running this for 7 hours real time,
I would have millions.
Millions,
if not tens of millions.
Yeah, I mean, it could be as long as the market held, of course. That's
sure.
the idea. But if you just go completely nuts and pull this stuff out, you know, it can go wild. And the other thing you can do though too, bear in mind, if you build some of these cities and the market starts to adjust and you don't like the price, shut your stuff down. You know, stop pulling it out of the ground.
Yeah.
You know, wait till the market recovers a little bit. You can kind of create a shortage. And, you know, if enough people do that, it creates a shortage. And, you know, you can't be prosecuted for this.
This is not insider trading.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you got to take advantage of the system here if you can. And, you know, make sure that you can get the most bang for your buck on this stuff. Because it is a finite resource. And once it goes, that's it. So you want to sell it for the highest price you can. You know, and if waiting until it's the best time to do it, you know, you have the opportunity to do so. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
And here you're out of water, unfortunately, so you had to things shut down anyway.
I could have placed a water pumping station, but I'm kind of tight with my money, so.
Yeah, I find that hilarious because you're now making more money like hand over fist than you have in any period of the beta so far. And here's where you don't want to go ahead and dump the money into that kind of a station.
Yeah.
Cracks me up. I think you just got so used to being so short on cash.
Right, I'm like, what do you mean I have $124,000?
Yeah, I mean that's just, you know, completely out of control. So.
Yeah, I was amazed at how fast this thing was racking up the cash.
Yeah, it's definitely the way I'm gonna go. I mean, I think we're gonna split them up between oil and minerals. That's probably the best way to handle it. But you still do have a little bit of a crime problem over there, I noticed.
Yeah, crime has probably been here, you know, from Gambleton and still never left because I neglected police.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they will stick around, so.
There's
and
an
now
airport.
Just because an airport. Oh, look, everyone hates an airport. At least that's very true. I'm kind of happy they got that in here too. Who wants to live next to an airport?
I do.
Yeah.
You can see the timer up there in the top left, guys. The servers are shutting down in less than a minute.
Yep. So we're playing with just the last few remnants here of what we can get done, dropping in a couple terminals for giggles. But I think, you know, basically I'm hoping you guys have gotten a really good glimpse of what the game is like and what you can expect, you know, from this. I know I have. and this has been a ball to play, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into the full game here and be able to create a city that doesn't have a time limit on it. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most.
Absolutely.
And but as far as lessons learned, I mean, aside from, you know, just the recent stuff with, you know, oil and minerals being an absolute, you know, godsend at the beginning, obviously infrastructure, parks, I mean, there's so many things to consider. You know, Vendetta is, I mean, what stands out for you as like the number one thing to point out for people?
Mass transit.
Mass transit there.
You really need to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it with your friends and really come up with a strategy.
Yeah, find out who's going to do what, you know, and stick to that plan. That's the best thing you can do to have some success in the game and really make SimCity, you know, the experience that you've all been waiting for. So, but thanks again, guys, for joining us on this series. It's been a ball. We really appreciate you stopping by, and be on the lookout. We're certainly going to continue this for the full game, so there'll be some more series coming as well, as well as a couple other games here and there, you know, as we get some time to play and post for you guys. So thanks again. Vendetta, last words?
I'd like to give a shout out to Maxis Scott. He's the man.
There you go. Thanks, Maxis Scott. Thanks all, Maxis. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate the game, and we'll see you guys online. Take it easy.